Welcome back to another video. This time we're checking out cars at the Mainline Cars and Coffee from July 14th. Check this out. This is a Porsche 906. It's a sort of a street legal race car. No idea if this is a real deal. They only made about 50 of them. But I love those gold wing doors. Check out that flat 6 engine bay. And who doesn't love a Ford GT? Man, every time I see these cars, I am just awestruck. These flying buttresses are crazy. The interior is so tight and narrow. I don't know how two big people could fit in there. Just check out that aero. Look at those flying buttresses, just crazy. Check this Porsche out. On first glance, looks like a pretty standard race car, I guess. But if you look a little bit closer under that engine bay, I think you're gonna see something interesting. In there is an LS-based engine. You can see those 8 pipes coming into one, as well as that intake manifold. I just love these Ferrari 355s. I feel like I forgot about them for a while, but seeing them more and more, they're just fantastic. And it's a manual too. I bet that feels great to shift. These just look so good in yellow. Here's a gorgeous Maserati MC20 Cielo. Listen to that Nettuno V6 idle. Listen to that Huracan chop it up. Big fan of these Vipers, especially the ACR package. I mean, these held so many track records when they first came out. It was pretty impressive. Just look at that wing. I couldn't imagine driving something like this on the street. And this McLaren 720S just sounds crazy, and it looks equally as crazy in brown. Now this was an interesting one. This is a TVR Tuscan. When I think of TVR Tuscans, I guess I gravitate more towards the modern ones, you know, the crazy pearlescent ones that you always saw on Top Gear. This one's a 1967 Tuscan with a 289 Ford V8. And it's also a short wheelbase one. According to this placard, it's pretty rare. Only 28 of them were produced. And there's a look at that 289. A nice little engine. Something that powerful in a small car like this, it must be a riot to drive. Unfortunately now, TVR is a defunct brand. It was nice while it lasted. Listen to this Corvair. This drew quite a crowd when it rolled up. And check that out. It's a flat 6. This is America's Porsche. This particular car is a Yenko Stinger. And it's a pretty spicy little unit too. Naturally aspirated, sounds like it's got some pretty crazy cams in it, and it's a 4-speed. These second generation Corvairs are great. Now, if you know me, you know I love late second gen Camaros. They just look like they're just an iconic look to me. I love the stripe package on them. I think I mentioned in the last Cars and Coffee video, I just love Transformers, and I just have been chasing one of these for a while now. 2 Bayside Blue Beauties. Man, what a cool picture between these two GTRs. The R34 is a V-spec, and the R35 is a 50th anniversary one, I believe. And here's a good picture of those iconic taillights. Lotus Esprit. These were one of the last cars you could buy with pop-up headlights. I think the actual last car with pop-up headlights was the C5 Corvette, but man, this gave it a good run for its money. I always think these interiors are funny. They're very square. Everything is boxy in there. Just a good-looking car. Now here's a car you don't see too much. This is a Ford LTD convertible. It's got a 351 under the hood. The red paint just looks incredible on it. Beautiful white interior. It's on Keystone Classic wheels. Just a great combo. This is something you could hop in and cruise 70 miles an hour across country. These are just such a tasteful, exotic car. Aston Martin V8 Vantages have just aged so well. This one being a stick shift. The gauge cluster on these and the DB9s of the era were fantastic. Just a pretty car, Simple, not overdone. The exhaust note on these are also incredible. And check this out. I'm assuming it's a replica. It's a Ford GT40 Mark IV. It's also referred to as a J car. And unfortunately, this is the car that Ken Miles lost his life in during practice. I found this 911 to be pretty cool looking. I love the stripe package on it and the BBS wheels. It's got stickers on it saying that it's part of the Magnus Walker sort of series. Don't know if that's just a sticker package or if this is legit Magnus Walker customized Porsche. Love the shift knob. Looks great. You know, in a sea of 911s at the show, it really stood out. I believe this is a 1933 Alfa Romeo. Just a cool car. Glad that something this old was at the show. Check out those pedals. Come on, who doesn't like a Lincoln Mark 7? And this is a Toyota Starlet. I had to look at the badge really to know what this is when I was walking up to it. You know, as we get to that 25-year mark for imports, it's just fun to see normal cars be imported and enjoyed in the US. These are things that I would have never known about unless I really studied them, so it's fun to see. This is another example of that. I believe this is an Audi A3. This one is a 1.9 liter TDI and it's a stick shift, but again, just a normal car in Europe that is now being imported here for people to enjoy and check out. Another one of my favorites of the show was this Mercedes-Benz CL65. Just look at this thing. V12 bi-turbo. Top Gear famously did a bit showcasing this car's torque, which is around 740 foot-pounds. This car makes a little over 600 horsepower too. It's just one of those sleepers that people seem to walk past. This, like the LTD, man, I could cruise this thing all day. And of course, one of the most famous cars in our area, this Koenigsegg Regera. The carbon fiber on this thing was just sparkling in the sunlight. As you can see by the license plate, it is one of 80 cars. Ugh, those carbon fiber wheels are fantastic. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.